What's going on, boys and girls? What's up, world? Austin John Plays here, and today I want to talk about custom cases for the Nintendo Switch. I consider myself a collector of Nintendo games, mostly Nintendo published games, not necessarily every game that comes out for a Nintendo console. And something really weird is happening with the Switch. It's the first system that I've started to prefer digital copies of, especially since we're in the day and age that you could get 400 gigabit micro SD cards from Best Buy for like 60 bucks. That's ridiculous. It's the first time that, well, I look at my collection of Nintendo games, physical, and it's pretty sad. It's really sad. And it really bothers me that Pokken Tournament DX's font is right in the middle instead of a line like every other game. And while my physical collection isn't that impressive, I wanted to come up with an idea on the games that I own digitally to have cases for them. I've looked into multiple options here, including going online, downloading the box art. I don't have a good printer at my house, so I was gonna go to Staples and then print it out there. However, Staples will not print cover art, or they don't supposed to, because it's a copywritten image and you don't supposed to be able to print that. Granted, if you know a guy or if they're just not too familiar with the rules, yes, they'll print them, but then also the sizing is messed up, and then you also have to find the right weight of paper. I went through a whole thing when I was trying to come up with what I want to do for the boxes for my placeholders for Link's Awakening and Pokemon Sword and Shield. You may have seen those in the previous videos. The studio's a mess right now. I was supposed to close today on my new house where the studio will be, however that got delayed. That's the story of buying a house. And then especially when it came to all of the Final Fantasy games that were announced, 7, 9, 10, 2, 10, and 12, only 2 of them are physical. This actually just came out today, and I'm almost done 100% in this. I just have the Dark Aeons left and I'm all done. I'm actually a huge Final Fantasy fan, but obviously my channel's not set up for that. And my problem is that I wanted to get 7, especially 7. 7 is one of my favorite games of all time, if not my most favorite, and I wanted to get it physical. So I actually went online and then I started looking at eBay, and then there were some really sketchy postings. However, I found someone on Etsy, and this is not a sponsored video at all. This is just something that I did. I paid them, and then they actually recognized my name, and then they realized who I was. Shout out to Nintendo. I'll leave a link down below, but then I went ahead and I got 9 and 7 printed. And when I compare them to the actual quality of the cases that come out, it's nearly spot on. Now, this font is not the perfect font. It's 95% of the way there. I do recognize it though, because I believe there was a post on Reddit a long time ago with the Switch format for cover art, which was pretty dope. I decided to order every single game that I own digitally in a custom case. Everything from games that I can own physically, like Splatoon 2, but I bought that digitally. Octopath Traveler, which if you didn't get part of the bundle, was there a physical? I don't know. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe that I got sent a code for to be part of a charity campaign. That was great. Games that are only available on the eShop, like Stardew Valley and Polybridge. Games that I bought on a whim, like Xenoblade 2. Which I uninstalled because it's a massive game and I haven't played it that much because it's not Final Fantasy, and I'm mad at that. Minecraft Snipper Clips. And then also I went as far as getting things like DLCs, so The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Expansion Pass. Granted, the Expansion Pass didn't cost that much, but I really do feel like this added so much to the game in the way of the story, the content, and everything else. And yes, this is a completely custom artwork there, and then on the back you see Link with the one-hit obliterator. And then also to go as far as things like Pokemon Quest. That is a free game, however, day one I bought the $30 DLC, and then, you know, now it's a $30 game. Because have you played that game without the $30 DLC? It's not that fast and it's not that fun. I got a review copy for Toe Jam and Earl Back in the Groove, which brought me back to the 90s pretty great, and that's fantastic. Now, they actually took the artwork from Limited Run, because that's the only people who made a physical copy, and if you didn't get it from them, which I believe it was a full kit that was $10 or $20 more of what the game actually costed. And then also Sonic Mania, which I own Sonic Mania Plus, but not the original Sonic Mania. And I actually reached out to her because Sonic Mania Plus has these two guys, but Sonic Mania regular doesn't, she's gonna send that fixed artwork over. But with that, now my Nintendo Switch collection is pretty reputable. Like, that's a fair amount of games, and granted, these are not all $60 games. Some of these were free games that I bought the DLC for, some of these are DLC in their own, and some of these were, you know, eShop games for 20 bucks or so, like Stardew Valley. And I absolutely love that game. I've sunk so many hours into that. My justifications don't need to be your justifications. If there's some games that maybe you lost the case for, or it got damaged or whatever else, then yeah, feel free to go. And if you want those kind of box arts, then yeah, go for it. Now, this is a full Switch case, and it has the holder for the actual game in there. So if you do get the game at some point in time, then yeah, you could totally put it in there and you're good to go. So I just wanted to share this with you as far as what I'm doing for my Nintendo Switch collection, and having all of my games, including my digital ones, now have physical representation on my shelf, which isn't that what everyone wants? Everyone wants a place on the shelf, right? I'm excited. New studio is coming, brand new decoration that we're gonna be doing for there. It's gonna be cleaned up, it's gonna be tidy, it's gonna be very modern, it's gonna look like a real set, instead of just like, here's my collection of things. I don't know. Or I'm still kicking around ideas, but the blueprints are drawn up for the set that we're gonna be building, and very excited for it. Very modern. Lots of trips to IKEA and Home Depot. So much Home Depot. Again, shout out to Nintendo, who actually provides this service on Etsy. Oh, by the way, they're cheap. They're $7 each. I'm gonna leave a link down below if you want to go ahead and order. I actually just went on there and I just wrote all the titles that I wanted and clicked the amount appropriately. So, fantastic service, and she shipped from Texas to here in New Jersey, and I paid for the expedited shipping, and I got here like the next day. Fantastic. Great experience, 10 out of 10. Alright guys, I'm wrapping this up. Let me know what you think as far as getting custom cases for games that do not exist for the Nintendo Switch. Leave a comment down below if you're new to the channel. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.